Hello everyone, my name's Miss Caps and I'm going to read an excerpt from The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. The reason I chose this book is because I absolutely loved it as a child. We had a big overgrown garden that I used to go exploring in, and I used to think that I'd found undiscovered worlds. The story centres around a little girl called Mary Lennox, whose parents died of cholera and she went to live with an uncle in Yorkshire. She made a friend of a maid called Martha who told her of the secret garden. Martha also told her of someone who loved the garden too but had since died. And in the night Mary used to hear cries, and this and her curiosity led her to set out and look for the secret garden. The part I'm going to read is the bit where she comes across the garden. It was the sweetest, most mysterious-looking place anyone could imagine. The high walls which shut it in were covered with leafless stems of climbing roses, which were so thick that they were matted together. Mary Lennox knew they were roses because she'd seen a great many roses in India. All the ground was covered with grass of a wintry brown, and out of it grew clumps of bushes, which were surely rose bushes if they were alive. There were numbers of standard roses, which had so spread their branches that they were like little trees. There were other trees in the garden, and one of the things which made the place look strangest and loveliest was that the climbing roses had run all over them and swung down long tendrils which made light swaying curtains. And here and there they caught at each other or at a far-reaching branch and had crept from one tree to another and made lovely bridges of themselves. There were neither leaves nor roses on them now, and Mary did not know whether they were dead or alive, but their thin or grey-brown branches and sprays looked like a sort of hazy mantle, spreading over everything, walls and trees, and even brown grass where they had fallen from their fastenings and run along the ground. It was this hazy tangle from tree to tree which made it all look so mysterious. Mary had thought it must be different from other gardens, which had not been left all by themselves so long, and indeed it was different from any other place she had ever seen in her life. "How still it is," she whispered, "how still." Then she waited a moment and listened at the stillness. The robin, who had flown to his tree-top, was still as all the rest. He did not even flutter his wings. He sat without stirring and looked at Mary. "No wonder it is still," she whispered again. "I am the first person who has spoken here for 10 years.